Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie. And we are on the Weather and Lifestyle News Show, and this is the network. And it's due to we did something right, and they gave us a strike. And I'm not saying I'm enjoying it because I would rather be on where everybody knows we're at. So if you're watching this and you found us again, please add this channel, because if we disappear on one, we'll always be on the other one. Um, I can't do it on my end. You can't do what? Uh, Karen, Skeeters. Do you call them mosquitoes up there in the north, or do you call them Skeeters? I know we called them Skeeters out in California. Yeah, the Skeeter bites. Yeah. So today, the title with the Skeeter plants is some plants you can put around or keep in your house that'll keep the Skeeters away. I know we all want to definitely keep them away. Um, and We were gone yesterday, and oh boy, I don't like to tell you guys my stuff. It didn't go well, but it'll work out, and in the end, it'll work out. So, um, weather. Now, everybody noticed, and the Weather Channel, and I'm upset at them because they said, "Oh, the weather is 10 to 20 degrees cooler," and they were acting like they didn't know why and call them mosquitoes. Oh, well, listen to you guys up there in the north, call them mosquitoes. Start calling them skeeters and start a trend up there. they're gonna call they're gonna ask you where your rebel flag is. That's what's gonna happen. And hello, Susan, glad you found us. Susan, what do you call them, skeeters or mosquitoes? And today's going to be, is it skeeters or mosquitoes? And wait till you hear about cereals. Yeah, yeah. Are they making them all different? Don't they taste funky now? I mean, what happened to the way Captain Crunch was? And when did Pebbles, and I guess that's what they're called, Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles or something, when did they start putting marshmallows in them? Like, I'm just all lost on the cereal thing. Yeah. And then they started putting oatmeal in smaller packages. Have you ever, you get it, in the little envelopes, you pour it in there, and then you make it up and you look at it and go, well, that's like 3 bites. You got to empty like 3 or 4 packages to even get oatmeal. Yeah, 82 degrees. It's chilly here. But now back to the weather now. The Weather Channel said, they were complaining. And why didn't they tell everybody that with a volcano that blows 58,000 feet in the air is going to bring ash across the United States? And it will drop our temperatures 10 to 20 degrees. So that's how you know the ash is over the top of us. And it came with that last front. And so now we're going to do a couple days, and then we'll start seeing better skies. So, uh, mosquitoes. Listen to you guys up north. Mosquitoes, come on. They're skeeters. Yeah. All right. So let's let's get on with it with the weather. So if you're watching, you guys know that it's going to be trivia. Boy, I made it hard this week. I think I made it hard. You know, you got Susan. You're going to have to cheat off of Williams' uh, answers because he's been winning an awful lot. You ladies letting William win. All right, tomorrow is going down to the lower 60s. See, there you go. So look, we got this rain coming through, and then look at all that snow, still snow. Now everybody's like, "Oh, we don't have snow in April." Yeah, we do. I went out to Colorado about 10 years ago, maybe even long. No, it's probably 15 years ago. And I went out there, and there was snow on the ground. And then while I was there, it snowed 3, 4 inches. And it was like the 20th of April or so, right about now. And today's Earth Day. Well, no, yesterday was Happy 420 and Happy Earth Day. We missed it. So plant a tree, plant a plant, put something, plant some flowers, plant a bush. Um, and because that's what we need. We need more plants. So here we go we got snow and we got rain and cooler temperatures. And we can do with a few cooler temperatures before the summer heat. All right, so here we go with Miss Davis.
Happy Friday. Here's a look at your
And happy
national forecast.
Friday.
Starting to the east, temperature still running well above average. It is going to be downright hot in some places, especially around the mid-Atlantic. Now, middle part of the country, here's that cold front, and it is still bringing showers, and behind it, cooler temperatures. Out to the northwest, we do have rain. Down to the south, Los Angeles, once again, you are seeing sunny skies and very warm temperatures. It does get a little bit cooler though on Saturday. So those temperatures drop slightly back into the low 80s, still looking at plenty of sunshine though. Phoenix, you'll be in the 90s. Now, back through the southern plains and up through the upper Midwest, that's where we'll have below average temperatures on Saturday as that front continues to push east. It will bring severe weather to parts of the southeast. Now, on a Sunday, what we're dealing with across the board here is a cooler than average temperatures for a lot of you, especially through the middle part of the country. Take a look at Dallas, 55 degrees for your high on Sunday.
Oh boy, yeah, 55. 86 though down in Florida, so I don't think it's cooling off there. Phoenix, 96 degrees. 96 in Phoenix, almost 100 degrees. Can you imagine that going from 60s to 100? Wow. And I say that because you know people that travel and then they get off at Phoenix and they're like, "Oh, good Lord." I mean, it's like having a hot flash. Um, so, no hot flashes. No hot flashes. Well, today I like to tell you guys stuff I do. I went out and bought me a bed, a brand new bed today, and um, I went from a queen to a king, and I'm just gonna sprawl out on this thing. Yeah. And I'm excited. I got brand new sheets and comforters and pillows and all kinds of neat stuff for my brand new bed. Boy, folks, it was expensive though. The prices are just crazy. I'm not even going to tell you how much I paid for it. uh, it's going to cost me for a year or so. But I got a brand new bed and the dog loves it. The first thing she did was jumped on it and sprawled out. So, um, um, so I'm going to move on with the earthquakes. Boy, Karen, you're going to really. This one here is um, wow. No sevens yet. No sevens. We're still waiting. Um, Now, if you're in Oakdale, Tennessee, I think that's real close to where my brother's at. And you felt a little bit of a shake. It was an earthquake that hit Tennessee. The other one is down at Toya, Texas, which we're starting to get a lot of. And these are aren't these are surface ones. Now he Dutch Sense. So if you're watching us for the first time, we keep an eye on Dutch Sense, and he is on Twitch and he is on YouTube. And he's saying the deep ones. We need to watch out for the deep ones. Now we had an odd one over in the mid Indian Ridge. That was a 5.7. And then off the coast of South America in the West Chile Rise, there was a 4.7. Now, nothing's happened up in Iceland. I kind of thought we'd see something, and nothing. We did have a 5.3 in Tonga. Then you go over to Papua New Guinea with the 5.2. Here's your fives. Uh, Hawaii has been very, very active, but the volcano Hawaii, that was a 2.6. Um, um, Now we did have, let's see if I can get it. No, there it is. A 5.9 in Tobelo, Indonesia. Um, so that was, I seen six, but they lowered it to a 5.9. So we did see a six. And as we go up towards Japan, it drops down to the 4.5s, 4.1 for Russia. Then um, on the islands going into Alaska, there's a 4.7. And then one way up in Van Horn, Alaska, only got a 2.8. Then we know it's very, very active on the um, San Andreas fault line, very active. And he's even saying to beware. I mean, he keeps putting warnings out, Dutch Sense does, and for something to happen on the West Coast. But we had a 3.2 in Hollister. We had a 2 point, well, I seen 3.0 on the geysers. That's Clear Lake, where I think we might see something happen. And then Laytonville got a 2.9. Then we go down and it's only a 4.0. So you could see the way he talks that he thinks something's going to hit Indonesia. And you see all the fives. Well, here's one down off over here. I already got that one. Okay. Make sure. Now, the other thing he was talking about over by Greece. Well, Italy, Sicily, Italy got one, a 4.1, and then a very small one that hit Turkey. So I think he says that there's a good possibility that the UK might see it. I'm thinking Iceland. I think he's a little low, but well, don't forget about your pets. Yeah, always have a plan. Always have a plan for any possible disaster, and don't forget about your pets. Karen, with hurricanes, a lot of people don't leave their house because of their pets. They don't have nowhere to go, and they can't take their pets, so they stay. Um, and you can't just put them in a crate because then if you get flooded and you got to go to your roof or on top of something, then you have to carry the carrier. Leash, just get a leash. And, if you have to, like a tornado, mine, I put the leash around my ankle, I put my purse around my ankle, and I put everything that's valuable in my purse. I have like a deep, or, you can even get like a duffel bag or a backpack and put, keep it so you put all your valuables in there and then wrap it around your leg. So no matter, I hate to say wherever you fly to, however you end up, you got everything right there. You're not, you don't go outside your safe zone and say, oh my God, my checkbook's in there, my wallet, my purse, my uh, birth certificates, jewelry, money. It's all gone. You know, um, there's a lot of people after everything's been built up and they go through yards with metal detectors and they find money from the hurricanes and from the tornadoes. All right. So skeeters. Yeah, I know you guys want to hear about the skeeters. And all it is seven plants that repel skeeters or mosquitoes is you would say up north, I'll say it right, to keep them out of your home. Well, um, the thing is with more and more diseases coming from the mosquitoes, um, uh, or if you have problems in wet, like my backyard's always wet, so we have a lot of them little critters here. Um, there's things that you can plant inside and outside that will keep the mosquitoes away, like rosemary. Rosemary, you not only can you eat it, but if you plant it on your porches, close to your doors, it's a beautiful purple flower. Let me show you guys. Well, let me get rid of this ad. Um, so, little purple flowers right next to your door, and you can also eat the rosemary. Um, Another thing is lemongrass. Lemongrass is another one. Now, I haven't done lemongrass, I've done the rosemary. Marigolds is another one. It's the nice, pretty flower. uh, Marigolds, and you can even put those in containers around your front on your porches or hanging up, or just plant them in the ground. They'll come back every year. Um, I believe I had a neighbor that had marigolds, and she had them year round. Lavender is the other one. You could put lavender in your house. It's a nice, it's a great air freshener. And they say even to keep it by a window, if you keep the window open, so it blows the air in and it keeps the skeeters from getting in your house. Uh, Floss flower. Now I've never heard of this one, but I think I might go look for some instead of the maybe lavender or the rosemary. I like this floss flower. That's some beautiful flowers. I know the guys are saying, I want to hear about Harley Davidson. Get going with it. Catnip. Catnip's the other thing that you can, that repels mosquitoes. Sage. Sage is edible. Catnip, if you got cats, plant a lot of it. The cats love it. Um, and sage is another thing you can eat. And so those plants, pretty much you will repel the mosquitoes if you didn't know about it. Um, Beach flags. How many of us are going to be going to the beach? Karen, did when we were at Myrtle Beach, did you see the flags? I had no clue what they were. I just thought it was, flags for, but it was usually up around the lifeguard tower things, and I didn't have a clue what it means. Um, So now the yellow indicates there's medium hazard where moderate surf is present. The red is hazard, and swimmers are discouraged to enter the water. Double red with a no swim sign. If you see two red flags, one flagpole, the water is closed to the public. See, I didn't know none of that. What about purple? Purple is when they have jellyfish or stingrays, or sometimes they even raise the purple flag for a shark. Yellow and red. Um, when there's that, it means that you are recommended swimming the area with only the lifeguard closest to you on the beach. Now this is the one I seen. It's a checkered flag, and then it had like a blue thing underneath. I remember seeing the checkered flag, and it says these are used to indicate a designated area for surfboards and other powered watercraft. I didn't know that. I mean, I just thought they're going to play soccer on the beach or something, or a race or something. I didn't know. What about a yellow flag with a spot on it? Now, I thought that was just support of another country when I seen that one. Um, it indicates that surfboards and other non-powered watercraft are not allowed in that part of the beach. Then there's a windsock that basically says no inflatables. So you can't have nothing that you blow up, or no inflatables or rafts. The red and white that are checkered. One is a red square in the center. Um, it Swimmers should leave the water because of an emergency, and the double red flags could also say, warning, get out of the water. So, Karen, did you know any of that? I didn't. And yeah, but we all go to the beach at one time or another, and I see these flags, but I never pay attention to them. Now it's time. So, um, but there weren't lifeguards there. Oh, well, I know. Yeah. I've been to many California beaches that's got the flags and the lifeguards. But see, there's a lot of undertows there. See, that's my fear is undertows because they got them in California and you can't really go out that far. And the waves, not only that, but the waves will grab you up and pull you under. It did to my son. We were in a beach and I told him, don't go too far. And he was playing with the waves coming up and hitting him, and he'd run up the beach. Well, a big one came and it went over the top of him, and then I didn't see him. And it was like, oh no. And, he finally stood up and ran up the beach and ha ha ha, mom, I scared you, huh? Yeah, kids. How do they expect the public to know what those flags mean? Yeah, see, Karen, if I wouldn't have picked this up, I think it was on the Weather Channel. If why doesn't the Weather Channel, throw these things up during the summertime so people know what they mean on the beach? Or why not have someone go around and hand out little pamphlets on what they mean? If people want them, they want them. If they don't, they don't. They should. I agree with you. They should let the people on the beach know. Cereals. Wow. In 1942, Kellogg released its original Raisin Bran cereal. Um, well, let me start at the beginning. See, um, they had National Cereal Day last month. And, then they brought it back this month and said, you know, what has happened to the cereals and why have they changed the flavors? And it's all because of kids being allergic to flour. So they changed the base of their ingredients. So now the first cereals were Cheerios, is what it was called, according to the General Mills website. So it was Cheery Oats, not Cheerios. It later became Cheerios. Now, in the 1942 is when they released the original Raisin Bran. 1950s, uh, you know, it was Tony the Tiger. Yeah. So not only that, 1953, Sugar Smacks came out, and or they were called they um, it was Sugar Smacks, but later they changed the name to Honey Smacks. Corn Flakes was in 55. See, I thought Corn Flakes were first. 1960s, then you started seeing like Apple Jacks and um, Quaker Oats came out with a lot of quick oats, minute oats, not the hard oats. Lucky Charms came out. Captain Crunch. In the 70s is when you started seeing Pebbles and Count Chocula, Frankenberry cereals. You guys remember those? Do they even have that on the shelf anymore? Count Chocula, and then we seen Tricks, a lot of the other cereals. In the 80s, um, you started seeing they said they started putting stars on the box to where Wheaties was putting sports icons and idols on the boxes and even some of the cereals. And they said early on you would get a toy in your cereal. And in the 1980s, they stopped it due to choke hazards. Yeah, because kids aren't responsible. They get it and they eat it, I guess. They think it's cereal. So, um, so there you have it with the cereals. And my thing was, why did they change the ingredients? Because it don't taste right anymore. It just don't taste right. And then oatmeal, yeah, they do the instant oatmeal that started, but then they're putting less in the packages now. If you notice that, they downsize, and they do that to a lot of products. Uh-oh, I I'm looking at no internet lines. Karen, so let me know if you start buffering, or any of you, if I start buffering. We don't know why I keep losing, and it's only with the show. Somebody don't like me out there. It's okay. If they don't like me, it means I'm doing something right. All right, so um UFOs, um they are they seen another one. They released another video of the UFOs. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Um all right, I can't play the sound. It won't. It says if I do the sound, I'll get a copyright strike. And so I'm going to go ahead and play this and let you guys take a look. And this is the recent UFOs that they picked up. So, I'm hoping they show it because you can see it off to the side. It's a, um, okay, they're going to go ahead and play it. Now, watch. Um, it zooms through the screen. Did you guys catch it? It's zooming through the screen. Um, and it was too fast for them to catch. So there you have it. They have found another UFO that they cannot explain, the Pentagon nor the Department of Defense. So this will be the third one now that's come out. If for those that follow UFOs, um, I listened to a guy at the Steve Quayle, and he said there is um, the the round looking orbs, and then he said there's the triangles, and then there's like the ones that look like a flying saucer type thing. He said we have been seeing those for hundreds of years, and those are the three that we cannot explain. So uh, you caught it. I don't know, Karen. Did I buffer? Is that what happened? All right. So Massachusetts town says the avian flu detected among swans. Um, Now, this avian flu with this bird flu that keeps going around, now it has hit the swans in Massachusetts. And they're saying there's a good possibility it might even affect the ducks. So they're saying in Massachusetts, for those that do swan and ducks and other fowl, if you hunt, they're claiming it might not be a good idea for at least the next 30 to 60 days until they can decide if they have been infected. Um, and it's been over the past several weeks. Now, so far, they've lost 24 swan. Um, Now, did anybody get a good glimpse? I'm trying to see if I don't know if they have a video. No, I don't think so. Um, they said that hybrid solar eclipse, um, this is what it pretty much looked like, folks, right there. And what it was is it was a moon, the sun, and the earth, and it was only going to do not just a partial, and it was only going to be seen by South America, and it ended up over the ocean. So it was something for everybody to see, and they still, even with it only being a partial, and it was a moon and um, sun solar event, you still had to wear the glasses. So, no, you caught the UFO going over the walking, over the walking people. Hmm. So, now, Lyrid meteor shower. Now, they're saying that over the weekend, if you guys like to lay out, I know my kids did. Um, they say there's a good possibility that you could see some bigger ones this time. They say that it's one of the oldest known meteor showers. And they say that it's expected in between April 22nd and April 23rd, according to NASA. So that's the peak. Um, they say that it's going to be a beautiful show. It's going to be bigger, more visible to the naked eye. And if you enjoy meteors, get out there and watch them. All right, Harley. I know you guys want to hear about Harley Davidson. Yeah, they're expensive bikes, folks. Now, Harley Davidson decided to cut their price on of its newest electric motorcycle. It's the S2 Del Mar, and it goes on sale this year. And um, they say it's going to be something that the Harley collectors are going to want to have. Here's that bike. Um, they say that it's got a riding range of 110 miles per charge, and it could accelerate it to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds. So if you're one of them bikers, they said the starting price is about 22,000. Um, but they say that even the heavier live wire, it has 146-mile range. Um, so there's what it looks like when you're on top of it. Um, so they say there are two different styles of bikes you can get, but it's still going to run you in between 22,000 and 40,000 for an EV bike. And the battery. The battery will run you about 20 grand if you need a new battery. So if the battery is going to cost you as much as the bike. And you can't guarantee that it won't catch on fire. Yeah. Did you hear? Um, I think it's New York is complaining because the fire department is now, I believe it's New York, that the fire department is now complaining and they're going to sue the federal government over these cars that are catching fire and they can't get them out. Some of them, they never do put it out all the way and they continue to burn for days. Uh, so, folks, um, new Harley out. If you're a Harley enthusiast and you want to get the first EV bike that they put out, it could be a collector's item in 20, 30 years. So have fun. Yeah. Okay. Let's get rid of the bike. All right. So now Michelin. If you have everybody I know got the snow tires over the this winter, and then they tend to keep them on their cars and through the spring and a little bit into the summer. Michelin recalls more than 500,000 snow tires over traction concerns. This came out yesterday, and so far this year, um, they said they have had quite a few accidents. And they said so they have to recall the 500,000 tires. The cross climate, the C-metric tires, they're commonly found on the vehicles such as Ford's, Transit, Ram, ProMaster, Volkswagen, Nissans, and Chevrolet City Express, and the Mercedes Benz. These tires are marked with the Alpine symbol, and they do not meet the traction requirements. Yeah, so if you got Michelin tires, snow tires, you can get a refund. Um, now, uh, the big warning from the CDC and the World Health Organization, and I'm surprised that they're the ones putting this one out. They said the pandemic is already here, courtesy of open borders. Um, they said this is an emergency and a threat to um, the United States. And they said, not really, they said the United States and maybe the UK, where a heavy amount of migrants are coming in. Um, this just in the um, last year, more than 50,000 New York alone, um, they are starting to find contagious diseases, including tuberculosis, polio in the neighborhoods. And they said not only that, but a strange form of chicken pox, uh, uh, a uh, hyper disease of measles. They said the polio is very harmful, and that now we're starting to see this, and this is coming as a complaint from other countries. That now the United States just letting anybody in and not checking them, or even having a shot record on these people coming over the border. It is now with them being shipped into major cities. Then um, now they're starting to see kids with the childhood diseases we were all inoculated for. And they're supposed to give these to these kids, when your babies go in and they get all them shots. And now they say it's even dangerous because if you go shopping, you don't know if that person next to you happens to have this measles, super measles, or polio, or tuberculosis, or any of these diseases. And is that going to put us back in a mask? Well, we found out, well, I can't say nothing on that. They'll give me a strike definitely for this. Um, uh, so they say a lot of these are treatable with antibiotics, and that it usually takes 6 to 9 months, they say, to recover from some of these diseases. Is this the next pandemic? We don't know. Okay, so now we're down to the funny list, folks. Um, and this is the best part of the show. And with it being Friday, maybe it'll put a tickle in your step and make you a little bit happy. And maybe one of these little ditties, I guess I can call it a ditty, little lines, you can repeat it to a friend to make them happy. So this is a driving school exam. And um, Karen, if you go next time you go get your license, and throw a few of these puns at the lady at the desk, or when you go pay for your registration. Yeah. It says, do you yield when a blind pedestrian is crossing the road? These are supposed to be funny, folks. Now, what for? He can't see my license plate. Kathud, kathud. Yeah. Kathud, kathud. Uh, So, who has the right of way when four cars approach the four-way stop sign at the same time? Well, the pickup truck with the gun rack and the bumper sticker that says, guns don't kill people, I do. Yeah, you see that, you don't even tailgate that guy. So, what are important safety tips to remember backing your car? Always have a spare pair of underwear. Somebody don't know how to back up. But now they have them little fancy things that you could see when you back up, and everybody loves it. I don't know. Our car don't have that. We got an old car, so mine don't have that yet. Probably the next car I get will, but now they have cars that park themselves. Yeah, you just put it and it parallel parks for you. All right, when driving through fog, what should you use? Your car. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. How can you reduce the possibility of having an accident? Um, put your keys in a place you can't find them, especially if you're drunk. Well, that's easy if you're drunk. You probably lose your keys anyway. Give them to your neighbor. There you go. Uh, how can you reduce the possibility? Oh, I just read that one. All right. What problems do you face if you were arrested for drunk driving? You'd probably lose your buzz a lot faster. What are some points to remember when passing or being passed? Make eye contact with the driver and wave with your hand frantically, and a word saying, you're cute. Oh, blown kisses, it says. Well, I don't think so. Because most of the people I see when we go down to Little Rock, we did yesterday. And I got to see the tornado damage, folks. It's unreal. Um, all I seen was old ladies, and I'm not blowing kisses to no old lady. Karen, would you want another woman to like run you off the road and then blow you a kiss? Huh. All right, folks. What I seen yesterday with the tornado damage. Um, I seen trees bigger than round than my head, bigger round than me, just snapped. And you can. The weird thing is, we were driving through like a residential part of the city, and one tree was snapped off like that, but the tree was on the house. They looked like they had a big crane truck there that was going to take the tree off the house, and it did collapse the roof. I seen, oh my gosh, folks, houses just gone. Just not even the um, um, not even flooring. It's just gone, just dirt and stuff all over the place. I seen a refrigerator laying over at a parking lot, like an empty parking lot. Um, that was a weird one because it was just out in the middle of nowhere. Like, who knows whose fridge it was, but it was pretty mind blowing. A big wow as we drove through, and it was just a route we had to take, and you could see it just barely missed all the hospitals down there, barely missed them. Um, I didn't get over to North Little Rock at all, but downtown Little Rock is pretty messed up. So, all right, so back to the funnies. Um, um, what is the difference between a flashing red traffic light and flashing yellow traffic light? The color and drive really fast. Well, only with the yellow light. If it's a flashing red, you stop. You don't drive fast. Um, how do you deal with heavy traffic? Use heavy psychedelics and keep a beer in the car. This must be for people that drink. Uh, okay. What can you do to help ease a heavy traffic problem? Carry a loaded military grade weapons. Show them your grenade. No. Um, speaking of, I just want to say, there's a gentleman here. He's a representative for our state. He's a Republican. I don't know why he was this dumb. He tried to get on the plane yesterday with two guns. And this is a good kid. This is a Christian guy. Um, they were in his carry-on. I don't. They're saying that with Sarah Huckabee, she won't tolerate this. They're saying he could be fined about $15,000 for that. And get this, they caught someone else trying to do the same thing at the airport. And then this is so weird. They caught a guy in, I believe it was, I think close to you in Karen, Philadelphia, or a flight that was going there. The guy was from Little Rock, and they found that he had a gun on the plane or tried to get on the plane with a gun. So, no guns on the plane, folks. Think. If you got guns in your carry on that you normally carry to and from work, make sure you check it. Don't carry guns. Come on now. All right, so that's it. And it's Friday, and we'll be back on Monday. And Monday, we got law or justice for all. I'm sorry. And oh, I'll have a guest. I think it's going to work out. I've been working with her. So we might have a guest on the show and tell some of her what she knew with some of these unjust cases that where that people have been cheated. Now I've got a few of them too, so it'll be me and her, hopefully. If not, just be me. And then of course William has his show on Monday. Now I'm pretty sure by Tuesday we will be back on Investigator News 2. So with that, folks, we will see you either for trivia in a few minutes, about 15 minutes, or if not, we'll see you on Monday. And you guys have an awesome weekend. Enjoy the cool weather. Get out and enjoy it. And since it was Earth Day, get out there and plant some marigolds and keep them skeeters away. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the share and follow us. Tell your friends and family about us, and we will see you soon. Bye bye, folks.